We've got a little bit of product training today, but we're going to start the day with a highlight of our product trainer because Kristen White is a great example of anybody sitting out there right now that maybe has been in the company a little while. You haven't done a whole lot with it. You know it's there, you know it'll work. You probably have some desires for better in your life, but for whatever reason, you just have not triggered and taken action daily and consistently with some discipline involved where you don't get distracted to make it happen for yourself. And Kristen is one of those people that did that. She Partner Co has only been in existence since 2023, but they did buy the owners when they started Partner Co. Bought the asset of a few older companies, one which I was a part of, and Kristen had been in my business for about 7 years and not active at all. Never a builder, never a recruiter. She just sold products out of her gym because she was a product junkie and loved it. But Kristen, I'm going to turn it to you and kind of share what happened to you when you put things down on paper and decided you wanted some things in life you weren't getting in your gym.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. I've always been a product lover. I do not think we have a better product line. I think y'all know I convey that through all my product trainings and just my lifestyle. I think we have our hands on the best health products on the globe. But a couple years ago, the business opportunity really did get sparked in me. Ashley Rowland really triggered it. My dad has been in the industry a long time. I knew the business model worked. I just didn't really have an initiative to go get it. But I did have initiative to want more. I did need more income. I had a garage that was broken. I had a washing machine that was broken. And I didn't really know how I was going to pay for it except work more in my gym. And I didn't want to do that. I was already working a lot. So I went to Puerto Rico. I met the new owners, and something was triggered while I was there. And I really felt like I could do this. For the first time, I felt like I could do it. And when I got home, I wrote down the whys. As they tell you, you have to need the reason to get up every morning to do this because you will not do it some days. I have a reason to come to the gym every day because I owed $400,000 in debt. Like I had to show up, right? But there was things I wanted that the gym wasn't going to give me. And I wrote them down. And as you can see, I wrote them on just like one of my kids' construction papers when I got home. This is the construction paper, and I hung it in my closet. And I didn't realize um, I was starting to knock things off just by running the system I was being taught. And by the way, it really took me a long time to be detrained because I was trained on all the products. So if you've been here a while and you knew all the products, it took me a really long time to not want to sell everybody everything because I thought everybody needed everything. And I still do. Like that's not like something that's not in me. I think we have the best stuff, but I had to learn the system of growth and really be told we have to start with one product and stack. And that took me a long time. And Todd was really like probably beating me with the broom from afar, saying you got to do that. But I wrote down things I want. And I've paid off now 3 of my gym debts. I still have one, but I paid off one early last week. I now have no car debt. My car blew up in March, literally blew up. And I had to have a new car. I literally just had to go buy a new car. And this is what I was able to do. I was able to go and buy a brand new vehicle with cash. I just wrote the company a check. And that's something I've never been able to do. I was able to write a $30,000 check to the dealership. I said, I have the money. I'll just go do it. And in the same week, I actually paid my husband's truck off because I was like, well, there's no reason not to pay his off if I'm going to buy one too. That's not to brag. That was something that this company was able to allow me to have the vehicle, to literally buy the vehicles to get. Like this was just the means because I just saved the money. I didn't spend it. So I bought just 2 cars. So it was part of having no debt. I really can't say what a blessing that's been because that was just on my sheet. I was also on my sheet to take my kid to Disney World. I did that last year. Take her to the Caribbean. I've now done that twice, but I did that because I won 2 trips with the business. I didn't have to pay for them. She has no idea, by the way. She just knows I have to keep winning these elaborate vacations through the company. She's like, where are we going next year? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to keep winning these trips. Like, I can't quit working because my kid thinks we're going to these amazing trips to the Bahamas. So it's just, I just can't say how fortunate and how big of an opportunity we have to be here. I still consider this my side hustle. I'm sitting in my gym in my break room while I have a class full of people that finishing their workout. But now I just get to do this on my time and I get to live with a little more freedom. And that's super exciting because right, I normally wouldn't be able to get to hop on the IPA with y'all. I would have to be back there training someone because that would have meant $50 that I couldn't have missed. And now I can. So that's kind of my story. And I'm just so happy to be here. And I'm so thankful for everybody that encouraged me to do this.
Yeah, so yesterday we do this millionaire training. It's for officers and above. So if you've made officer and you're not in it yet, let Sarah know and she'll get you in there. But we do record most of them. The reason everybody's not invited because to make really big money in our industry requires a little bit more effort than it does to make extra money in our industry. So I never want to scare somebody away telling them how to make the big money when they may not be here for that. And it's perfectly okay if they're not. But I will tell you, in that training, we talked about what Kristen just did yesterday, and that is writing down your desires. Where do you want to be in life? Kristen, when she started doing this business, matter of fact, I still don't think she really wants to do this business, but she wants what the business has to offer. So it forced her, it disciplined her to start doing the daily activities that create income. And when she says I was beating her with a broom, I was just trying to, I wasn't beating her with a broom. I was trying to get her to focus on the income producing activities, not the activities where if you tell somebody about 10 products, you may sell 2 products, but you're never going to have a business because it can't duplicate. It freezes right there. So it was really hard for somebody as knowledgeable. It's going to be hard for all analytical people to step back and keep this thing simple enough and exciting enough that it can duplicate with and without your presence. But awesome, awesome job, Kristen. We're going to turn it to you for the product training now.